Charity of the Week. Please tell us your name and charity.
My name's Jill Windsor and I'm the Chairperson of the Ramsey Citizens Advice Service.
I'm Francis Masserick and I help to organise the rota for the Ramsey Citizens Advice Service, which we've both been working with for the last 15 years.
How did the charity start and what is its purpose?
Well, the charity started in 1977 by Beryl Bonwick and Ramsey. She felt there was a need for a free and confidential advice and guidance for the local people who had problems and personal difficulties. The first branch opened in Ramsey. 6 months later, Douglas, Port Erin, Peel and Onken opened. And apart from Peel and Onken, which no longer exist, we're all still running.
People who've used the CAB in England sometimes expect the advice service on the island to be an exact parallel. And it's not. We don't have the same range of services that we can offer. We offer a great deal. And we're not able to conduct major research and act as a lobbying body because we're such a small organisation.
Which other organisations do you work with?
We are a big signposting organisation, and so we will refer people to the Industrial Relations Service if they're having troubles at work. We'll refer people to the Office of Fair Trading if they think they've had an item sold to them or a problem with a tenancy. And we will sometimes say to people, this is an issue you need to go and talk to an advocate about. So if you're having a divorce and you've got children or you've got a house together, you really can't do this on your own. You need professional advice.
And each day you do not know what's coming in. You know, it can be small, it can be large, it can be quite complex, it can be simple.
Tell us about your team.
We try and have between 13 and 15 counsellors. We're open every day of the week for a 3-hour session. And we try and always have 2 counsellors on duty together. We have a variety of backgrounds. We're not an ex-lawyer or an ex-teacher or an ex-nurse. We're all counsellors. And our aim would be, that if you came in and saw one counsellor today and came in and saw another one tomorrow, you'd get very, very, very similar advice. So you're not coming to take health advice from an ex-nurse, but you might be directed back in to see your doctor.
Who is the charity for?
The Ramsey Branch, I guess, is for anybody in the north of the island. Anybody. But we also take emails from all over the island, telephone calls from all over the island. So anybody and everybody it's for.
They fall into a number of groups. Sometimes people come in with requests that you've never come across before and you have to start from ground zero. But frequently people come in and say, my husband and I have decided to get divorced and I don't know what to do. How do I need to protect myself? And I haven't worked. What do I do about money and pension and so on? And so, or people come in with a problem with the landlord who is letting a property that is substandard, or people come in with a question about their work, that they don't feel they've been given the right pay arrangements, or they were told they would get a rise after 1 year and it hasn't happened. Overwhelmingly, we are talking about people who've got problems at work, problems with tenancies, problems with goods they've bought, or matrimonial and family problems.
What are your main goals?
Well, I think we provide a sort of a confidential advice. I think that's quite important that people know that we do not discuss it outside our office.
And our aim is to ensure that people leave with some kind of route map as to where they can go to help them resolve this particular problem. Can't be 100%. Sometimes you have to say, you've done everything that we would recommend and there's nothing else we can say. But that would be 1 in 100 cases, I think. 99, we're leaving people with somewhere to go and somewhere to say, okay, I've got to start now. I can go and talk to Housing Matters, or I know where the food bank is, or I have access to someone who will, an advocate who will come to the house and write my father's will down because he can't get into an office. The questions are as varied as all the people on the Isle of Man.
I think also we can help people fill out forms. If they come in, they're having difficulty filling out particularly social services or social security forms. We can do that as well.
How do you see the charity developing over the next 5 years?
Sadly, I think there'll always be a need. I think there's always a group of people who are left behind. What one government in England used to call the social exclusion group. I think there is a need for that, and there are pockets of hardship in Ramsey and in other small villages round about that are really quite acute and need somebody to address them. And I think we will get more about sheer financial hardship and where you go to it. But there will always be people who have fallen out badly with their neighbours, or who believe that someone has influenced their father to write the will a different way, or that they're in acute problems with housing or employment. I don't think those things will ever go away.
How is the charity funded?
It's funded by the government, and we also have some charitable money given to us. We're lucky in that the Ramsey Branch has its own premises. That's why we can offer a 5-day service, but it is government funded, and long may it last.
So people who join us are working as counsellors. They're not working as fundraisers. They are there to do the counselling work.
How can people support you?
By coming in, visiting, coming in to see us, by ringing us, by email.
The other way people can help us is by joining us.
Yes.
We are always, as every voluntary organisation on the island will doubtless tell you, we're always looking for more volunteers. And we are, almost inevitably, I think only one of our 13 councillors is still in full-time employment. We're all retirees. We need to keep refreshing the plant. And we'd be very happy to take on volunteers. And it's a very worthwhile bit of public service.
Where can people find out more?
In terms of accessing the service, we are in Bourne Concourse in Ramsey. Come in to us between 10 and 1 on Monday and Tuesday, or between 1 and 4 Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're happy to see you. And we're invariably there. Occasionally, snowstorms mean that people can't get in, but it really is very unusual that we're not operating.
You can also contact us by ringing us on 813 466 or email us on citizens@manx.net.
The Charity of the Week. Profile complete.